I'm going to start out things just a little bit differently than I normally do, guys. If you already saw the Endless Space video, you probably already heard this, but I'm saying it on this one too because I know that we have different audiences on the channel. For those of you that were kind enough to send positive wishes, thoughts, prayers for my sister, I really appreciate it. We haven't heard any real changes yet. She's still in her coma, but you know, she hasn't coded again, and that makes me hopeful. And, you know, all of your support makes me hopeful. So thank you guys for that. Let's get good. I am the gamer under development, and this is FPW W, and this is GFW Monday Mayhem. This is part of our GFW versus the World series where we're running a fire promoter and competing with a bunch of real world companies. So to speed things up for this episode and get us really rolling, guys, I already went ahead and booked the event, which I'll go ahead and show you right now. I did have to invite someone to get our event booked, and here's the reason why, guys. I was doing some talking with Carlzilla, the guy who makes the mod pack, link down there to his Discord, and he was telling me that basically when stars have a D in popularity, their ability to gain popularity is insanely limited. So since the majority of our roster started at D popularity because of using the Tai Chi cheat to have a full roster, it means that we're not fighting against money with our company. What we're fighting against is popularity. We have basically 4 people in our company that can draw, and that's it. Everybody else in our company kind of sucks at drawing, and they're not very popular, and it's going to take a long time to build their popularity. We're talking about a year or so at least. So that being said, there are a couple different solutions. One is we just book around it, which is the one I'm doing right now, and that'll make it so that, you know, if you're playing on PlayStation 4 and you use the cheat, you'll have a similar experience. The other option we have is that I actually have the ability to go in and modify popularity values on wrestlers. So we could say that, you know, after somebody wins a big title match or something, I can bump their popularity up to a C, or we could just bump part of the roster's popularity up to a C to give us a nice mid card. Or the last option is we could restart, and Carl's actually updated the mod pack, so if you restart and you use the Tai Chi cheat, it'll put people at the popularity they're supposed to be at. So we could do it that way as well. It's up to you guys how you want to continue, but for right now, I'm just going to show you the card. We did have people request some matches. If you requested a match and it's not on this card, I need you to do me a favor and trust the booking, because I promise there's something I have in mind for you. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a look at all this stuff now. The main event is, of course, AK-47 versus El Fuego Negra for the GFW heavyweight title as it was decided last week. The co-main event, as decided last week, is for the GFW FTW title, and that is Bobby Freedom versus Braden Blackwell. Our match after that is Nero Sin versus David Starr, who is our invitee from Progress Wrestling. He is from the great European continent. Yeah, that. Anyways, that's our card filler, and the reason we got him is because he is way more popular than anybody on our roster, and it helped us to fill seats. We also have Kendo versus Alex G for the GFW light heavyweight title, followed by Goreface versus Reve. Reve making the challenge, Goreface accepting. Here we go. Following that, we have Richard, who is our masked madman of sorts. Nobody really knows what Richard's deal is. He's running around in a chicken mask, and he sort of answers a cell phone and does whatever the cell phone tells him, so I have no idea what's going on with him. Versus the ever-entertaining, the ever-defiling Lazy Dragon. Following that, we have Victor Wolf versus Xavier Shamrock in what should be a wonderfully technical bout. Kitten Canaveral versus Evil Miss. The Lady of Glory versus the Lady of Blood and Gore. This should be a very interesting matchup for sure. We have Krim versus Omar Jackson, and Nurse Murtaugh opening the show versus Heel Duco. I do want to take a second to say, some folks, I may not have gotten your entrance music in. Honestly, the weekend has been so busy with all the stuff going on in my life, and if you guys follow it all, you know what's going on, that I didn't get a chance to adjust a whole bunch of stuff. I will have a lot more adjustments made for next Monday's show, because we did the last show on Friday, and then I had Saturday and Sunday with all sorts of things going on in my life to try to make improvements, and I just didn't have the time, guys, just being flat out honest with you. So that is our card. We ended up in a rural location. We were able to fill the small hall at $10 a ticket. This is part of our strategy, because popularity is what we're fighting against more than money right now, part of our strategy is to make sure that we fill locations, because filling locations boosts your popularity along with having good matches. Even so, though, the amount of increase that is allowed, it's like 10 to 20 points of popularity between each letter grade, right? And the highest potential increase that a character can have when their popularity is D is 1.5 points, which is insane. That means it takes at least 10 months of them getting good matches and the best results to like actually level up to the next popularity thing. So that's why we're focusing the card the way we are. All that is done. All we need to do now, we have our expenses, 46,000. We have 62,000 in assets. The one thing we need to do now is we need to go make sure we have merch. So we do have DVDs and t-shirts. Those are very important, but I'm also going to go for branded snacks are tough because they can go bad, but at the same time, they tend to sell really well. Action figures are interesting, but they cost a lot of money. I think what we're going to do here is go with photo collections, because those are fairly cheap, and branded snacks here. And then maybe, just maybe, some goods. Because the goods will hold, and so will the photo collections. Okay, so we didn't quite spend our entire assets, but we're real close, so we need this show to go off without a hitch. I'm also going to come in here and purchase level 1 of the balance ball. And we're not going to get the grappling dummy, even though I want it. I want a lot of those gym improvements, we just can't afford them right now. Okay, so that being said, we should be ready to go. Once again, guys, I apologize for not having a lot of time to put into setting this up over the weekend. But here we go. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. I don't know what that was. That was like a firecracker sound effect. That was very, very interesting, to say the least. Okay, let's go. So excited. This is going to be a good card, y'all. This is going to be a good card. Ladies and gentlemen, representing legend, the master of the stabectomy, Nurse Murtaugh. I should probably figure out where people are hailing from and things like that so I can do those intros. I'll make a note of that. Nurse Murtaugh, as always, letting the fans know that she loves them. Ladies and gentlemen, representing blood and gore, the one, the only, heel Duco. The techno, man. What is with the techno, though? Duco's a great competitor, but the techno just makes me think he belongs in a dance club more than the middle of the ring, and I didn't set the ring correctly. I'll fix it. My bad, guys. Alright, Duco versus Nurse Murtaugh. Here we go. Snapmare from Nurse Murtaugh to start things off. Duco with an elbow to the face. This is gonna be an interesting confrontation between the more technical styling of Duco with a little bit of dirty fighting mixed in versus Nurse Murtaugh's sort of no-holds-barred approach to stabbing people in the face with a fork. This should definitely be... I mean, that's what it's gonna come down to. Will Murtaugh out-dirty the dirty Duco? That's the real question. Eye rake from Duco, though, looking like he's firmly in control with that knuckle arrow. Oh, and the low blow from... That's exactly my point. Low blow into a Boston Crab. It seems like Nurse Murtaugh has turned things around in her favor, but once again in control is Duco with that snapmare. Murtaugh dropping him with the body slam, just content to keep picking him up and working him over. At this point, I'm not sure how he can see. He's had his eyes poked about 10 times. And a nice stiff straight show tie just to put him on his back. Duco, though, counterpunch, trying to get back in control of this matchup. Whips her into the corner, could be something big here, but no, she's back up and out of the corner before Duco can even react. Lands a nice middle kick, stunning Nurse Murtaugh, though. And Duco's firmly been in control of this match for the last couple of seconds. Oh, and God, that's just painful. A huge... And Duco just... blatantly choking Nurse Murtaugh in front of the referee now. Oh gosh, series of middle kicks. Look at this, guys. Duco looking like he's working over that midsection. We had the kitchen sink into the series of middle kicks followed by a Boston Crab, just trying to wear Nurse Murtaugh down. And a cover from Duco. Kicks out almost immediately. Nurse Murtaugh not at all ready to go to sleep. Nurse Murtaugh getting covered again. Duco perhaps taking Nurse Murtaugh too lightly here, going for these frequent covers. Murtaugh with the snapmare, and oh, a knee to the baby maker. I'm sorry, but as a fellow human man, I cannot look at that without irking in pain just a little bit. Elbow from Murtaugh, setting Duco up, but Duco with a huge counter kitchen sink, leveling Murtaugh. And now Murtaugh hits the body slam, going for a simple chin lock here, but Duco's foot is under the rope, so it's broken. Chop to the bird chest of Duco, and Duco with that leg roll pin. Murtaugh dragging Duco to the center, but not getting anything for it because Duco's back up. A nice exchange of strikes here. Gotta believe that Duco is getting the better value out of this strike, though, as Murtaugh seems to be going for the face and Duco just working over that stomach region. At this point, I'm not entirely sure how Murtaugh is capable of breathing, but a beautiful oh! Wow, that was just... ow. That thrust kick countered by two strong, stiff medium kicks, and Murtaugh's gotta be hurting for breath right now. Duco managing to counter whatever that was. I gotta believe that Nurse Murtaugh just couldn't get him up from all the damage to her ribs. Huge double stomp by Duco, once again working those ribs down, and Murtaugh with a thrust kick to the back of the head, but Duco just slightly out of range, only takes the brunt of the shot. And Duco covering again, Murtaugh back up though. No quit in Murtaugh, missing with that huge spinning back kick as Duco. Murtaugh ducking under, bouncing off the ropes herself, and oh, what is this? Huge spinning arm breaker. Murtaugh getting back into this match using the quickness and the speed, and a beautiful rear chin lock. Murtaugh is back in control of this matchup. But for how long? An eye rake trying to keep things level, and oh, a thrust kick to follow it up. Murtaugh busting out all the stops here. Boston Crab setting Duco into a very painful position. Duco nowhere near the ropes, but he manages to escape. Pure leg power from Duco breaking out of that hold. And just chucking Murtaugh over the top rope and out of the ring. But Murtaugh is fine with it. Murtaugh comes in with a sledgehammer. The referee trying to get involved, but too late. Duco's knocked it out. Oh, wow, that pile driver. Duco's face has gotta be wrecked. Missing with a kitchen sink of her own is Nurse Murtaugh. Murtaugh very commonly uses those kitchen sinks to work over the... oh, Dirty Duco! Dirty Duco, that's gotta be it. 1, 2... no! Nurse Murtaugh kicking out of the Dirty Duco. Duco fine with it. There goes a low blow directly into a camel clutch, just wrenching back on the neck of Nurse Murtaugh. This matchup has actually already been more exciting than I expected it to be, honestly. Nurse Murtaugh here with a stiff side headlock. Looks like she's trying to rip Duco's head clean off his shoulders, throwing him to the outside of the ring, but Duco with that shoulder block to the ribs, followed by a huge dragon suplex. Didn't go for the pin there. I gotta believe that if Duco had held the pin on that dragon suplex, he might have won this match already. Kitchen sink, though, just railing. Oh, and God, double foot stomp to the back this time. I don't know what Duco's setting up for, but Nurse Murtaugh's body has been destroyed this match. Murtaugh going up top. What's she have in mind here? Just a simple splash. 1, 2, no, kicks out. Apparently the ref not noticing that Duco's feet were under the ropes there. Duco getting Murtaugh up the... oh, and a low blow for his troubles. I gotta wonder how long we're... and a nice kitchen sink from Murtaugh, followed by a camel clutch. I gotta wonder when we're gonna see a stabectomy, though, guys. So far, we have seen 0 stabectomies. This match has not delivered on stabectomies, but Duco has delivered in every way possible this match. I am absolutely impressed with the performance he's turning in tonight. I mean, we've always known that Duco was a consummate professional. Oh, and that knee lift to the back again. Eye poke to set him up. Another knee lift? Yes, it is. Nurse Murtaugh returning the shots to the body here, saying, I can go tit for tat with you, Duco. Let's see who's left standing. Oh, and another stiff knee lift to the side of the body. Duco is just taking the hits, and look, Dirty Duco out of nowhere. Where did that even come from? 1, 2... oh! How did she kick out there? I honestly, out of nowhere, he hits the Dirty Duco and we think it's over. And no, Nurse Murtaugh's back in it. Huge knee lift. Just putting him square in the center of the ring. Oh, and a nice double-armed DDT of her own. 1, 2, 3. No, Duco kicks out. 2.5, not quite there. Murtaugh with a nice slap to the face to put Duco on his back. Oh, and a huge kitchen sink to the spine again. And a low kick from Nurse Murtaugh puts Duco down one more time. Nice scoop slam from Nurse Murtaugh here. Murtaugh once again kicking the legs out from under Duco, seeming exhausted though. I don't know if Nurse Murtaugh knows what she has to do to finish this match at this point, but does Duco. And Nurse Murtaugh just taking an airplane flight, mocking Duco at this point, perhaps trying to get in the head of the consummate professional that is heel Duco here. And just dominant at this. Oh, ow. Nice series of strikes and a kick to the shins puts Duco down. What's she got in mind here? Big flying splash. Big flying splash. Both competitors down in the center, well, off the center of the ring. Duco with his own series of strikes, though, puts Nurse Murtaugh down before kicking her in the spine. Oh, and that stepping showtie. That'll rearrange your facial structure. I gotta believe that Duco's looking for a way out now. Low blow to Nurse Murtaugh. Almost feel like he's trying to get disqualified rather than potentially losing this match because Nurse Murtaugh refuses to yield. Another big flying, oh, shades of RVD with that flying frog splash. Doesn't actually get the pin though, and now Duco with a suplex to the outside. Nurse Murtaugh landing on the outside. This no man's land. Oh, and that burning hammer on the outside. Duco just destroying Nurse Murtaugh out here. But Nurse Murtaugh with the STO, and now she's got a sledgehammer. Perhaps not the best idea to follow her out from Duco. Murtaugh back in the ring with another sledgehammer. Why are there so many sledgehammers under the ring, guys? What is going on here? Oh, and a DDT onto the handle of the sledge. A DDT onto the handle of the sledge. I have to believe if she covers here, she'll get him. 1, 2... No, Duco kicks out. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable that Duco is still in this competition, and a low blow from behind leaves Nurse Murtaugh laid out and Duco dropping the knees into her spine. Nurse Murtaugh, though, with an eye rake here, followed by a kick to the lower legs. And another giant splash, but can she get the cover and capitalize? No, she's going to lift him up here, not even trying for the cover. What's she have in mind here? Oh, and she's just gonna stretch Duco out over the ropes. Ref giving her the count, though. This is not a legal maneuver. She's gotta release it, and she does, but the damage may already be done to heel Duco here. And once again, just kicking the legs out after that eye rake. Just working those shins over. I feel like she's dissecting Duco here. She doesn't even seem to be trying to end it at this point. Just piece by piece, tearing Duco apart. She's worked the legs, she's worked the ribs. I don't know what Duco's even got left. Eye rake from Duco, followed by a spinning heel kick to the back of the head. Gotta believe, and then jumping directly on Nurse Murtaugh's spine, and an STO just lays Duco out. What does she have in mind here? Oh my, could this be it? Code Muerto, that's it, she got him. Duco is done. Code Muerto, 1 hit, 1 kill. Good job by Nurse Murtaugh here, guys. Moving up the card in her own way for sure. That was just a phenomenal matchup right there. My gosh. That was a 10-minute matchup, a 100% 5-star match between Nurse Murtaugh and heel Duco there. Absolutely phenomenal, guys. That was phenomenal. Next matchup here is going to be Krim Rocker versus Omar Jackson. This match should not disappoint, but it's going to be hard to follow that last one. Ladies and gentlemen, representing blood and gore, Krim Rocker, and he is not your king of anything. Now entering the ring, the veritable muscle beast that is Omar Jackson. Just look at that physique, representing glory. Omar Jackson, potentially the best pure athlete in GFW right now, although AK-47 might take offense to that statement. Omar ready to tear it up here with Krim. These two men facing each other last week in the faction title match, and I forgot to fix the ring, guys. I will do it between the rounds, my bad. Omar opening up with a big hip toss here. Oh, interrupts Krim going for that enziguri, but Krim winning the test of strength to everyone's surprise, perhaps outwitting Omar Jackson there, following up with that drop toe hold. But Omar Jackson firmly back in control of this match, and you have to wonder if Krim is going to be able to handle all that athleticism. Krim with the low blow, I think he is definitely going to be taking a step away from Omar with those low blows and the dirty shots here. Krim Rocker's... Oh, wow, that counter DDT for the Northern Lights suplex. Just beautiful. And Krim Rocker pushing him down. Krim, a much more hardcore style wrestler than Omar Jackson. If this goes to the outside, I actually favor Krim. Eye rake into a beautiful lariat. Krim just setting that up nicely. And another eye rake. You gotta wonder why the ref isn't seeing these. Krim ducking under the... Oh, but they collide. Krim not giving himself enough space to finish that move. And Omar once again with that huge hip toss. That hip toss is ginormous. And followed up by a cover from Krim. No, doesn't get even a 1 count there. Omar not willing to stay down. And Krim says, fine, have another shot to the groin. Followed by a headbutt. What is this? Oh, show's over. That was a little early for us to see. Oh, gosh. Krim just pulling out all the stops. Basically treating Omar's lower regions as a mosh pit here. And Omar with a simple Boston Crab here, perhaps trying to use that strength to just wear Krim down. Going again for a Northern Lights suplex of some kind, but gets countered with the DDT. Krim has been firmly in control of this match. Oh, and just a... we have got to stop this blatant cheating. This is horrendous. I don't know how the referee isn't catching that. Brainbuster to the outside goes Omar, and now we are in Krim Rocker's territory, but Omar taking control on the outside, it seems. Nope, Krim back in this. Light tube, oh, this is gonna be bloody. But wait, Omar gaining control again. Krim with the Manhattan drop, and just once again going to the lower regions of Omar. That light tube being left outside, perhaps for the better. Omar landing that huge strike to the back of Krim's head. And now Omar, huge scoop suplex there. Gotta wonder what he's got in mind here. Dragon screw to the leg, just trying to work Krim down a little bit, I think. And a huge arm drag there. Very agile move for a man the size of Omar Jackson. And then a knee to the inner thigh, just trying to knot that muscle up and prevent Krim from really mounting any offense. And now Omar sending Krim to the outside with a brainbuster. But Krim okay with it, grabbing a chunk of table for the love of... The ref counting Krim down, he's got to drop that weapon. Oh, but Krim just took a knee into that table. And Omar with a huge splash there. Huge splash to Krim. Unfortunately, Krim on his stomach, Omar not able to cover there. And now Krim with the eye rake. And he's got the table in his hands. Oh! Huge knee, double knee face buster. And Omar drops hard on top of that table scrap. Kick to the ribs. Krim has just been in control this entire match. I was honestly surprised. I thought Omar was going to dominate this match with his athleticism. Nice belly-to-belly suplex there, and Omar up top again, but decides better of it. Back on the ground, going for a lariat, which he misses, but a nice water wheel drop to set Krim back up, and Omar with a huge flying elbow here. That's gotta do some damage, followed by another elbow right across the top of the sternum, and a huge exploder suplex. That could be all she wrote right there. 1, 2, 3, no! Krim kicking out here. Omar just turning things around with that devastating suplex. A man the size of Omar Jackson with the athleticism he possesses hitting a move like that will absolutely put you out cold. But so far, Krim managing to stay... Oh, and another beautiful exploder suplex. I gotta believe if he covered there, he might have had it, but Krim managing to pop back up, summoning every ounce of will he has. Krim saying, I've had enough. But Omar having enough himself with that big spinning lariat to set Krim down right in the middle of the ring. But now Krim here... Oh, huge shoulder powerbomb. Doesn't get it though. Omar managing to kick out at 2.5 headbutt to put Omar back down, and this just became a matchup, folks. Big double axe handle from Krim Rocker, totally back into this matchup here. But wait, another big exploder from Omar. That's gotta be it. 1, 2, 3. No, I thought Omar for sure would kill the momentum with that. Oh, but Krim with a brainbuster. The crowd is going wild. This match has been back and forth action with both men swapping control. Oh, wow. That was just a huge side slam. And now Krim going to the groin again. Absolutely no shame there. Elbows from Omar setting up, and Omar is screaming for it, and a huge, huge series of elbows followed by a spinning elbow. And then a big flying elbow from Omar. That's gotta be it. He's gotta end this soon. Krim has to be destroyed after that. And another big series of elbows. Omar is pulling out all the stops. We haven't seen him unload like this all match. And Krim with the eye rake trying to buy himself some space. Missing with that headbutt, bouncing off the ropes, but the two men exhausted collide right in the, in the off center of the ring, I suppose. Krim back up but groggy, and Omar with a toe kick to the quadriceps. And a huge splash, huge splash. Okay, that wasn't the quadriceps, that was the abdominals. And an elbow. Looks like Omar trying to pull out all the stops here to put Krim Rocker away. He has had enough of this matchup already, and Krim is now bringing Omar, dumping him on top of that table scrap. And a huge shot with the table scrap. The ref counting Krim out, though. He's got to put that down. Another shot. Krim drops it just in time to avoid the disqualification, but not before doing the damage, and Omar has been leveled by that table. Both men too exhausted to complete that running maneuver. Huge collision off center of the ring, and now Omar put into the corner by Krim. Krim backing up. What's he got in mind here? Huge spear in the corner, and then a kick to the lower spine of Omar. You gotta believe if we see a show's over that that'll be it. This is finished. It has to be. I don't know how this will go on any longer after that. Thrown into the corner, and here we go, backing up, Krim with that huge spear again, just working over the ribs of Omar, potentially setting up for the show's over. Is that what we're gonna see here? Another show's over? No, missing with the enziguri is Krim Rocker, and Omar whips him off the ropes. Oh, and a huge body splash there, just putting Krim on the ground. Once again, we're gonna see it. No! Wow, that spear just ripped him in half. Not at all what we were expecting there. And another body splash with Krim just being laid out in the center of the ring. Omar stuck catching his breath, unable to follow up. Huge exploder suplex there, though. That could be all she wrote. 1, 2, no! Krim Rocker kicking out again, refusing to go down. Double knee facebuster, and Krim is running off the ropes here, but Omar is back up before he's able to execute on what he was going for. Nice double axe handle there, putting Omar on the ground, and you have to wonder when we're gonna see it. All we're waiting for is one show's over here, and this match is finished. It's gotta be. Krim with that low drop kick, taking the knees and the legs out from under Omar Jackson here. And just once again, staying in control with that nice double axe handle and a shot to the back of the head. And a roll-up, a schoolboy roll-up from Krim. 1, 2, 3. Krim Rocker stealing the victory with that roll-up. And I don't know about you guys, but I saw him grabbing the tights there, but he's not done. Just beating down Omar Jackson here, not allowing him to leave the ring, already hurt. And once again, insult for injury, just rolling Omar Jackson up. 4.5 stars, a 94% match. This is how we build popularity, guys. Holy crap, was that incredible. I am just amazed at how well that went. Like, no joke whatsoever. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and fix our ring and our ref real quick, and then we will be ready to jump into our next matchup. The matches so far tonight, I don't know about you guys, but I am blown away by how good these matches have been. I am absolutely amazed at how some of these matches have turned out. Okay, now we should have our proper ring and referee. Let's go ahead and jump into Kitten Canaveral versus Evil Miss. This is a true glory versus blood and gore matchup here. Kitten Canaveral, the high-flying hero of glory, the Space Cat herself, will be facing off with Evil Miss, who is fond of choking out her opponents before beating them down just to make a point. This is a true matchup between one of Glory's best and one of the best in blood and gore. Evil Miss honestly on a roll here, having won quite often. We saw Evil Miss in the finals of the Catalyst event, but now we get to see her working her way up the roster, and she's already captured the faction titles in her first matchup on GFW Mayhem. One can only imagine the promising matches in her future. Once again, Evil Miss perfectly fine letting everybody know how she feels about them. Kitten Canaveral with a nice face lock there to slow things down, but Evil Miss with an arm wrench, just trying to remind Kitten that she is not going to be slowed. What in the world was that? Kitten hitting a Frankensteiner early on and trying to cover. Evil Miss not happy with that though. Oh, eye rake into a series of shin kicks to the face, and now just working over the legs of Kitten Canaveral, trying to keep her on the ground. Evil Miss, just one of the most violent competitors we have here. Oh, that nice shoulder arm breaker, and then back to the joints of the knee. Evil Miss willing to take you apart joint by joint by joint, and that's before she gets her weapons out. Kitten with a nice chop across the chest there. Evil Miss landing that kick to the thigh, and a huge judo throw from Evil Miss right there. Leaves Kitten lying on the ground, just waiting to be beaten on. And another shoulder arm breaker here. Evil Miss looking content to pick apart the joints of Kitten Canaveral over and over again, looking for a shot to the knees, misses. Kitten able to regain control for a moment, and a huge paw slap to the face of Evil Miss. Oh, that is not a paw slap. Evil Miss with a shot to the downstairs regions, followed by a nice spinning back kick. Kitten, though, responding with a couple of paw slaps of her own. Just huge paw chops from Kitten right there. When Kitten hits you with those big giant cat paws, it hurts. And they have claws, guys. They do have claws. Kitten indeed has claws. So just keep that in mind. When you see those big chops to the chest, it's not a regular chop to the chest. Oh, and look at the Evil choking the throttle super early in this matchup, showing zero respect for Kitten, not taking her seriously at all. And Kitten with those paw slaps again. Who's gonna get the best of this strike exchange? Evil Miss coming out on top with those body kicks though. And then once again just working over that knee. Evil Miss is probably one of the most grindy, thorough competitors on the roster, choosing instead of going to the top rope quite often to focus more on grinding people down on the ground. A beautiful display of agility there from Evil Miss though. And once again, shoulder arm breaker, just working those joints over. At this point, you have to wonder, oh my, that was a beautiful Kamigoye. 1, 2, no, doesn't get it. I thought she had her there. That was not what we were expecting to see. Just destroying Kitten with that Kamigoye. Oh, what the hell? Kitten though, Kitten hitting a giant backflipping complete shot. I don't know what to technically call that. Evil Miss though setting up for a big flying knee. When she does fly, she does it with aggression. 2. No, doesn't get the pin. Evil Miss with a nonchalant cover there, planting her foot firmly on Kitten's chest. And a low drop kick drops Kitten on her face. Choke the throttle here. Perfect opportunity. Kitten just laying face down. Will she get it? No, Kitten fighting out. Evil Miss has 0 on a super kick just to lay Kitten. Oh, God! And a shin directly to the face of Kitten. Evil Miss just dominant in that match, showing 0 respect for Kitten Canaveral, and just choking the throttle after the bell. This is completely uncalled for. This type of aggression is not necessary at all. Evil Miss sending a huge message to Kitten Canaveral though. That our lowest rated match so far, 65%, and it doesn't surprise me with the way that Evil Miss just squashed Kitten there. Next up, folks, we should have a beautiful technical matchup between Victor Wolf and Xavier Shamrock. Xavier Shamrock and Victor Wolf both losing in their GFW Mayhem debuts. Ladies and gentlemen, entering the ring, a member of Glory, Victor Wolf, not having the best debut last week, although I have to say I was impressed with his match work, even if he did not get the pinfall. I am hoping for big things out of Victor Wolf in the company, and I'm hoping for big things out of him in this match. This was the most upset match on the last card. Xavier Shamrock, the essence of excellence, a man who's won titles everywhere he's ever been, was absolutely decimated by Nero Sin last week. This match, X's chance to prove that he still has it. That gray in his beard definitely showing, and you gotta wonder, does the old boy still have what it takes? This is gonna be a great matchup. Expect to see age versus talent, and let's see what happens here. Nice snapmare takedown from Victor Wolf, who's already in control of this matchup. Another snapmare. X just not able to really get going here in the start. Being overpowered by Victor Wolf with that nice drop toe hold. I gotta believe that X may be past his prime, folks. He doesn't seem to be able to compete at the level that he's competed at in the past. And a knuckle arrow from X trying to regain some form of control, missing with that big lariat. Hits a nice snap suplex, though, to slow things down. Oh, and a beautiful toe kick to counter whatever X was working on right there. Whipped off the ropes as X hit with a giant chop, leveling him, and then a kick to the thigh from Victor Wolf, who may be setting up for that victorious deathlock. Victor putting X in the corner, but no chance to take advantage of it. X with a series of elbows to rock Victor, following it up with a kick to the shins, perhaps trying to take apart the lower regions of Victor. And now X catching that head and arm choke. We've seen X submit people with this in the past, but it seems a bit too early for that here. X just trying to slow things down, though, I think. And a leg roll pin here doesn't get him. Doesn't get him, though. Doesn't even get a 1 count. I don't know why X went for that so early in this matchup. He obviously hasn't done enough damage, but you have to wonder if X is just trying to play the consummate professional here and hope he gets lucky. Perhaps X's own confidence has been dashed after his performance last week against Nero Sin. I guess time will tell in this matchup here. A nice leg dragon screw from Xavier, from Victor Wolf, and Xavier Shamrock eye rake and then letting the world know that he's the greatest. I don't think that's exactly how it works, but this right here is an excellent attempt at an anaconda, or not an anaconda, but rather an Americana. Nice takedown there from Victor Wolf, though. Victor Wolf with a backbreaker, just laying X out. And I gotta say, guys, a nice headbutt. I think that X is potentially maybe ready to retire. I'm not seeing the fire that I've seen in X in the past. He doesn't look like the young, aggressive, thorough, consummate professional that we've seen in former years. But he is fighting back into this, I suppose. And a knee to the groin. X taking shortcuts here to try to get his way back into this matchup. And Victor Wolf with a snap suplex, putting X directly onto the mat, following it up with this nice pin. One doesn't get a 2 count there. X still in this, throwing a series of strikes, but not able to gain control in this matchup at all. And a huge diving headbutt from Victor Wolf. I gotta believe he got all of that, but it was into the back of X. And now X with an eye rake into this head and arm choke here, perhaps able to get it. X going for sort of this slowing down of the match, just not really wanting to work a fast pace here with Victor at all. And Victor dragging X out into the ring, trying to make sure he's clear of the ropes before he works him over and potentially goes for a pin. Victor chucking X to the outside, and Victor bouncing off the ropes. Oh, a huge suicide dive takes X out on the outside, and you've got to believe that X is done by this point. He just doesn't seem to have anything left. Oh my, and here we go. The 3 chaps on the outside, just destroying X with that. And I don't know why Victor didn't just leave him there. That's a count out waiting to happen. X back in the ring, though, not willing to accept that. I'm just amazed that Victor has been destroying X the way he has, but X and Victor exchanging strikes here now, and X has had enough. Big kick, but Victor back up, finishing with the lariat there. Not staying down, even though X landed that huge kick, and Victor with a giant overhead release German suplex there. X bouncing off the ropes here, Victor low drop kick, taking the legs out from under him. Oh, X with that low blow, though, potentially turning things around for a moment. And now X going up top, but for what? Eye rake to Victor Wolf here, and once again, into this head and arm choke. It seems that X is really trying to just slow this down and get Victor with that choke when he's not expecting it. I don't know how he expects to do that, having not worn Victor down, though. He's got to actually wear down Victor. You're not just going to catch that lightning choke that you would expect in an MMA match. Victor is not a competitor that's going to fall for that. You've got to work him over here, X. And, X, though, nice stretch plum here, just working over the face of Victor. You got to believe that he's potentially setting up for the execution. I don't see him getting it here, though, honestly. Even if he lands the execution, I don't see him getting the submission. Victor has just been too dominant this entire matchup. And I'm not entirely sure what X's deal is. He just can't seem to gain control in this matchup. Victor repeatedly just beating him down. And X just looking tired. Honestly, just looking tired. I think perhaps the golden years of X's career have passed him. Victor just making a show of sort of brutalizing the old and beaten X. I don't know what the story of this match is going to be. It almost seems unfair. But X trying to fight back here, gets a series of elbows and leaves Victor, but just missing on that charging attack. Like, X is just unable to maintain momentum when he gains it. Victor with that beautiful hooking lariat, and X just trying to get back into this, and I can't see it here. Complete shot from X, though, putting him back in control for a moment, but Victor is back up before he can capitalize. Nice combination there, though, leaving Victor on the ground, and now X with a huge diving elbow. That could help him rebuild some momentum. Why is he going on top again? You are not in a position to high-risk this. Oh, and a beautiful powerbomb counter to that Frankensteiner, and Victor just pinning X there like X has nothing. I just am blown away by how poorly X has been performing lately. You have to wonder what has changed with X for him to so thoroughly be thrashed 2 weeks in a row. Just absolutely no offensive mounted here at all. I'm just blown away. I don't know what to say about that. On to our next matchup. I think perhaps that X's time in this industry may be nearing an end. And here we have Richard. Richard, a bit of a masked enigma here. We don't know what drives him. All we do know is that he gets calls on a cell phone and makes decisions based on that. Richard, formerly of Glory, but now not really functioning with the faction much at all. I'm not entirely sure what his plan is. Now, Lazy Dragon here, though, a consummate professional of the worst kind. Sort of the master of defilement is Lazy Dragon. If Richard did not bring mouthwash to this matchup, then I definitely think he's gonna have a rough day. Hopefully the mask of Richard will protect him from some of Lazy's offense, because it's gonna be a very dirty matchup here, folks. Lazy opening with a headbutt, showing zero respect to Richard, but Richard responding with a body slam and a chin lock here. Just simple maneuvers to try to keep control of the match, and Lazy slapping the crap out of Richard here, no respect whatsoever. And Richard overpowering Lazy in that test of strength. But now Lazy getting pulled back in for that huge lariat, and Richard covering early here, gets a kick out immediately. Lazy trying to spit mist in Richard's eyes, but he misses it, and now Richard just staying in control here with a nice grounded side headlock. Lazy using the hand to rake the eyes and break free, though, and now a body slam to set Richard up for something. We have no idea with Lazy Dragon what's coming next, pretty much ever. Big back body drop from Lazy Dragon, trying to regain control in this matchup, and so far doing a good job of it. Richard catching himself on the ropes, but takes that big headbutt, followed by that lower headbutt, so to speak, and then a maestro cradle from Lazy gets kicked out of almost immediately. Richard trying to throw a lariat there, Lazy countering with that knee, and the Kimura lock with the legs, and I don't know what to call that. Richard once again into the seated front headlock, doesn't manage to hold it for long before Lazy rakes the eyes and breaks free, though. And now Richard, a huge stalling brainbuster here, leaves Lazy on the mat while he goes in and does this nice spinning toe hold. But now Lazy fighting back out, elbow to the back of the head. Richard grabbing the ankle, picking it so that Lazy can't capitalize on the damage he'd already done, though. Lazy bounced into the ropes but catches himself. And now fighting back once again, getting that elbow from the front facelock counter. But Richard countering out himself with a blow to the body, and now Richard with this nice half Boston Crab just stretching the midsection and the thigh of Lazy Dragon. Lazy with a slap followed by a headbutt to the groin. And Lazy's style is hard to define. Flying crossbody here, gets a pin, but it's only a 1 count. I leave it up to you, the viewers. You let us know. Give us a shout out of what you would define Lazy's style as, because I can't name it at all. I mean, let's see. We could potentially call... Oh, Richard here with a Boston Crab just stretching Lazy out. I don't know what to call that, guys. I really don't. Strange style would be my best guess for how Lazy Dragon competes. Richard here once again with this stalling brainbuster, perhaps trying to cause all the blood to rush to Lazy Dragon's head and prevent Lazy from doing anything horrible and defiling to him, which so far Richard has actually managed. And a big kick to lay Lazy out off of that Irish whip. 1, 2, Lazy managing to kick out at 2 though, not going down that easily. Lazy bouncing off the ropes and a huge butt bump into the face of Richard, followed by a headbutt to the groin. Perhaps now Richard got a little bit of that stank on his lip. And a big body slam from Lazy Dragon sends Richard to the outside, and Lazy Dragon just standing in the center ring catching his breath. Goes for another miss spray, Richard laying him out and then throwing up the horns. 1, 2, kick out from Lazy Dragon though, not willing to accept that loss. Lazy chucking Richard to the outside here before taunting, and what does Lazy have in mind? Oh my! Lazy just faking all of us out, not gonna fly here at all. Lazy is a lazy luchador, he does not take to the skies. Going for a chair shot here, the ref counting Lazy, but what's this? Oh, Lazy setting up for the salad toss onto the chair. 1, 2, Richard kicking out though. Kicking out, perhaps not taking the full brunt on that chair like we thought. Richard managing to stay alive in this matchup. And now Richard with that clubbing blow to the back of Lazy Dragon, and Lazy with a low blow from behind, and back to this Boston Crab here that is one of Lazy's most wrestling-oriented moves, and an elbow to the back of Lazy's head. Richard actually gaining some control here with that big spinning forearm, and now we have to wonder what he's gonna do next. Body slam here, but Richard bang bang calling for something. Oh, and a big bulldog onto the chair. If he could only cover here, perhaps that would be it. But Lazy is up in time to stop that. Richard putting Lazy in the corner, and now the two men exchanging blows here. Strikes from Richard and elbows from Lazy. Lazy saying, I've had enough, eat that lariat. Puts Richard down directly on top of the chair, and a kick to the head from Richard. Beautiful counter from Richard there. Absolutely unyielding. And Lazy Dragon with a fork to the face of Richard. Game Goon can't see it though. He can tell something's going on. Tells Lazy to quit that, break it up. My oh my, and Richard could potentially be bleeding under that mask. We have no idea, no way to tell. Interesting that we saw no stab, and Lazy once again faking everybody out, not going for that dive. And I gotta believe that it's hilarious, and Nurse Murtaugh is sitting him back, kind of irritated that Lazy got to stabectomy somebody and she didn't today. Lazy apparently trying to spit some mist there, but Richard countering it with a jab. And now Lazy just giving us a little shake of the hips before going all in with that big elbow to the face of Richard. Could have a potential cover here. No. Lazy just setting Richard up for something. Oh, and the mist into Richard's eyes. He's got to be blinded by that. And now Lazy just getting a handful of... Oh, that hurts. Oh my, I don't know how Richard didn't just quit right there. I'm guessing that Game Goon wouldn't accept a tap out from that illegal maneuver. Lazy with the butt bump on Richard though. And now Lazy Dragon with a schoolboy roll up. 1, 2, 3. I mean, how are you not gonna get pinned at that point? Richard taking a spray of mist to the face, followed by a really evil claw to the groin. Lazy's twisted style working very well for him there. Lazy Dragon once again winning and potentially climbing up the ladder in GFW here. Match ratings at 82% right now for the card. Let's go ahead and move on to Reve versus Goreface. Let's get this taken care of right now. This is a match that was requested by Reve. The Eye of the Storm Reve here has called Goreface out, and this looks to be a truly exciting matchup. The strange and unorthodox submission game of Reve versus the brutal, violent, bloody effectiveness of Goreface. This could go one way or the other. I mean, the reality here is that Gore specializes in breaking people open, and with Reve's mask, you have to wonder if that's going to prohibit him from doing that. Goreface here entering, representing blood and gore. And this music just tells you everything you need to know about Gore's personality. Gore thinking he is the greatest thing in existence, letting the entire crowd know he could give up less what they think about him. And now here we go. Gore whipping Reve into the corner right away to get things started. And once again, putting Reve into the corner, but Reve fighting out of it, not allowing Gore to isolate him over there, and then body slamming Gore just for good measure. Reve here, definitely not a large man in comparison to Gore, but still, once again, working those low sweeps, Reve using that very unorthodox style here to keep Gore guessing, and Gore not unorthodox at all. A shot to the groin levels Reve, putting him on the mat. Gore being whipped into the corner here, and now Reve setting up for a series of shoulder blocks to the ribs. And Gore back in this with that double axe handle, though, working over the knee of Reve, trying to perhaps keep Reve from going to the top rope and hitting the Eye of the Storm. Reve here with a snapmare, working very, very consistently on Goreface, and now a bow and arrow lock from Reve, more than willing to stretch Gore out here. Reve with that nice knuckle, and then Gore coming back with some strikes of his own. Gosh, the action happening so fast I can't keep up here. DDT from Reve, leaving Gore on the ground, but not for long. Gore right back up. And then a knee to the stomach. Gore trying to regain control of the match, and doing so effectively. Oh, and a series of headbutts here. I gotta wonder if Gore is going to be able to potentially cave that mask in around Reve's face. I mean, we've been talking about the potentiality of the mask protecting Reve from bleeding, but there's another potential here. Depending on what that mask is made out of, Gore could cave that mask in around Reve's face, causing him to bleed inside the mask. And just think about that for a minute. If that occurs, how will Reve be able to see? How will Reve be able to breathe? I mean, the mask already limits both of those things enough. Huge drop salt there from Reve, though, staying firmly in control. I think if Gore does enough damage to that mask, we could see Reve consistently struggling to breathe, to see, to do anything. This story, I think, is going to be one of whether Reve can stay in control enough to keep Gore from damaging that mask. Because Gore seems to be focusing all of his offense on that. Reve with a beautiful straightjacket suplex there. I don't even know what to call that. That's such an unorthodox maneuver. Straightjacket suplex being probably the best call we could make. And then Reve here staying, once again, keeping his distance, trying to stay in control. Gore countering into the corner in that spinning back fist. Oh, and now this is what I'm talking about. Gore just working that mask over in the corner, potentially trying to cave that material that it's made of in around Reve's face. But Reve with that shotgun dropkick to the face, leveling Gore. And now Reve going for it. Oh, look at that. That is just a beautiful shot from Reve. But Gore is back in this with a facebuster before Reve can even capitalize on it. That death touch from Reve wasn't good enough. It didn't keep Gore down long enough for him to actually capitalize, and Gore answered with some strikes of his own. Headbutt there from Gore, once again trying to work over that mask. Gore doesn't care if he busts himself open. He has no concern with that whatsoever. His focus is entirely... Oh, and a nice Samoan drop there from Gore, setting Reve up for something. Just another series of headbutts on the ground. Gore trying to use that hard part on the top of the head to just crush that mask in around Reve's face, I think. And now a low drop kick from Reve, putting Gore back on the ground here. Gore with that low blow, setting Reve apart and just potentially gaining control again. And now Gore content to slowly work over the mask from the side with punches. Covering here, 1, 2... Oh, wow. I actually thought he might get him there. The ref coming down for the 3 count. Doesn't quite get it. Fans clapping in the audience for how good this match is. And Gore kicking out at 2 there. Gore whipping Reve off the ropes. And what does he have in mind here? And a show tie straight to the face. Once again, seemingly trying to crush that mask in. Another straight show tie. And now just biting at the mask. Like, I don't know what material that mask is made of, but this biting could severely bend it in on Reve's face, and Reve with that back kick, and now we're starting to see blood flow around the neck of Reve. This is actually a very dangerous situation for Reve. If there's blood around the neck, there could be blood in his mouth, there could be blood in his eyes. He may have difficulty seeing and breathing here, and now Gore looking to potentially turn this around and capitalize on the damage done. But Reve countering there. Oh, and what is this? Reve with the epicenter. Epicenter by Reve. Epicenter by Reve. Could this be it? Game Goon checking on Goreface. Goreface not tapping out so far, and Gore managing to survive the epicenter. I don't know why Reve let that go. You have to wonder if the bleeding is playing a toll on Reve's stamina here. And now Gore working that lariat, once again doing more damage to the mask, and a headbutt to the mask again. Gore more than content to sit here and consistently work over that mask, and an axe bomber there, and Reve with a sweep, trying to regain some control here. The blood all over Reve's chest at this point, and a huge shotgun dropkick to Gore there, and Gore managing to prevent Reve from capitalizing, but still not necessarily winning this matchup. Gore countering Reve, and misses with that big axe bomber, and a huge hurricane slam. 1, 2, 3. No, it wasn't enough. Reve managing to escape and kick out. Gore going for that spear, but he misses. And what is Reve gonna do to capitalize? Missing with that big drop kick though. And now Goreface, no wait, Reve with the straitjacket suplex sets Gore up, and now he is gotta be going for the Eye of the Storm. I don't know why he didn't go for the Eye of the Storm there. He could have gone up top there and finished this match, but instead he decided to keep tangling with Goreface, and now Gore, oh my, what is this? Exploder suplex to the outside. Gore more than willing to bring this outside and grab a light tube and work Reve over like that. Biting at the mask again. Very simple strategy here from Gore. That bite worked so effectively last time, and when he dumped Reve, he dumped him through the light tube. If Reve wasn't bleeding profusely before, he is now, and Gore looking to capitalize on that blood. Reve now calling for something. Here we go, epicenter once again. Might get him here. Come on, Game Goon, check in with him. Gore's got to give up here. Epicenter choke. Could have him, doesn't get it. Gore managing to break free. The bleeding has to be wearing its toll on Reve here. And now Gore with another straight show tie. Gore going up top. We don't see this very... Oh, and a headbutt directly to the back of that mask of Reve. The damage that has to have... Oh, and a knuckle pat too. Gore is just wrenching through Reve's mask, and Reve with another straitjacket suplex here. Potentially covering? No. Going for a bow and arrow lock. If I was Reve, you gotta believe I wouldn't be focusing on these stretches. The best chance Reve has to win this match is hitting the Eye of the Storm. These submissions are not gonna do it when you're bleeding profusely from the face. And when you can't breathe, that blood has gotta be pouring into his mouth and eyes here. This matchup 100% in Gore's favor, in my opinion. Oh, and a beautiful front trip from Reve, and now what is he setting up for here? Oh, a front flipping drop kick. That could do it right there. Wait a minute. Oh, and it's the mind trick. Reve controlling Gore with the mind trick, but being forced to catch his breath, unable to capitalize on that at all. And now Reve going for a cover, but he's right under the ropes. Reve is just too tired to be cognizant of placement in the ring, it seems. And now Reve going up top here. What are we gonna see? Eye of the Storm to the spine of Goreface. No cover though. No cover at all, and Reve deciding to exchange strikes here. Not exactly what I would have done in that situation. Gore more than likely going to just work Reve over, but no, Reve hitting that big spinning back kick, and now if he could go for the Eye of the Storm there, that would have finished it, I think, but not gonna happen. Gore back up, Reve tossing him off the ropes and trying to work over those shins. Reve just stuck trying to catch his breath. It's gotta be hard with all that blood pouring out of his face, and now Gore working him over again. You gotta wonder how long this beating is gonna continue. Gore absolutely destroying Reve at this point. Axe bomber straight through that crushed mask, and Reve has gotta be bleeding. At this point, I'm hoping the ref will call it for Reve's safety. Hurricane driver there, 1, 2, 3, and Goreface puts him away. Reve just a bloody mess. And thank goodness that Gore has decided not to continue beating on Reve after that match. I'm actually concerned Reve might need some medical attention after that. Lord knows how that mask has bent in and damaged his face. Wow, that was just painful. 94% matchup there though, 4.5 stars. Excellent match from the two of them. Alex G here versus Kendo for the GFW light heavyweight title. And I need a little drink here, honestly. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Blood and Gore, the last bone shaker, the very talented mat technician, Alex G. And do not let your guard down with this man, because while he may pretend he's going to shake your hand, I guarantee you that there's a submission behind it. Alex letting everybody in the crowd know how much smarter he thinks he is than all of them. And here we have Britain's favorite son, the one, the only, the GFW light heavyweight champion, Kendo! Very excited to see this matchup, guys. Definitely going to be one for the ages. Kendo, an absolute treasure to enjoy in the ring, but Alex, absolutely worth not underrating. Alex will sneak them out on you when you least expect it, getting his revenge on Nurse Murtaugh last week to set up this title match. Alex whipping Kendo off the ropes and misses with that big crossbody, but his timing was on point. Missing again with that big crossbody, and Kendo just too quick here for Alex to get that advantage he's after. Alex going for a kitchen sink there, but Kendo sliding under the knee, and now Kendo with a snapmare showing everybody why he is the light heavyweight champion. And a light eye gouge there with that European uppercut. Kendo grew up on the mean streets of London, brawling with people, so that's not too surprising to see from him, honestly. And now Kendo here, trying to stay in control, but Alex throwing Kendo into the corner to buy himself a little bit of space. Alex missing again with that crossbody. Alex really needs to stop trying to go high risk with Kendo. I think Kendo is probably the faster of the two competitors. If Alex is smart here, he should work a more grindy style, I think, and maybe try to put Kendo on the mat. Alex with the eye rake, that'll do it for you. But Kendo whipping Alex off the ropes and a huge flying European uppercut. Beautiful shot there from Britain's favorite son, Kendo. But now Alex with an arm wringer and an eye rake again. Slowing things down here, a good move from Alex. Definitely wants to slow things down, definitely wants to take this match to the ground. Doesn't want to leave Kendo opportunities to dominate in the high-risk game, because so far he's been doing just that. And a nice drop kick to the shins puts Alex down on his face. Kendo staying firmly in control. Beautiful backdrop counter to that side headlock. Alex trying to slow things down. Kendo not willing to allow it though. And now Kendo with a double underhook lift, but Alex countering with a backslide, lands directly on the ropes. Alex knowing better and releasing the pinfall there. Eye rake from Alex, and then follows it with a nice arm wringer here. Once again, just working down that arm of Kendo. I think Alex is changing up his game plan here a little bit. I think that's a good choice on his part. Working a more grindy style here. We're seeing less of him Irish whipping and going for those rope moves. Kendo rolling into that camel clutch, showing everybody his agility. Agility deserving of our light heavyweight champion, no doubt. And now Kendo here, looking like he was going to go for a snapmare, but stops short in a European side headlock. And now both men exchanging blows here. The European uppercuts from Kendo, the back chops from Alex G here, and Alex getting the best of that confrontation. Hoping to capitalize though, dragging Kendo out towards the center, and a low blow, knee drop to the groin. Alex is just working Kendo down, as every member of Blood and Gore has been doing. That kick to the face right there, just brutal though. Alex wasting no time capitalizing on Kendo being on the ground, and now Kendo, STF, Kendo with the STF. Nothing from Alex though. Alex managing to escape, much too technical to fall for a submission like that. And now a low blow from Alex to slow things down and turn the momentum. Alex needing to catch his breath though, not having the best showing so far tonight. You never know though, Alex is the kind of guy that can pull it out from out of nowhere. He really can. Whipped off the ropes, and oh, a huge flying knee from Kendo. That absolutely rearranged Alex's face. My God. And now Alex gaining control. Front face lock puts Kendo on the mat and going for a cover here, but not knowing what he was expecting to get from that. Perhaps just trying to throw Kendo's game off a little bit. Kendo ducking under Alex and then hitting that big dashing punch. And now Kendo has got to be setting up. Oh, sets him up for the leaping complete shot there. And Alex is right back up. I don't know how he got up so quickly from that. But here we have the side headlock from Alex. Kendo missing the leaping complete shot there. And now just combinations of punches from Kendo, unwilling to yield any measure of control of this match to Alex. Complete shot there, and an elbow drop pin. 2. Alex kicking out at 2, though, not allowing Kendo to finish that match right there. And a low blow from Alex, who is breathing heavy here, guys. Gotta be tired. Kendo, oh, and a Shuranai. Shuranai from Kendo, setting up Alex for, oh, here we go, lightning speed. 1, oh no, he's on the ropes, he's on the ropes. Kendo not managing to get that pin with lightning speed at all. And now Alex, with that simple fireman's carry, trying to catch his breath here once again, whipping Kendo off the ropes, and oh, flying armbar from Alex G here. This is what he's been setting up for with those attacks to the arm from the arm ringers all match, but obviously not enough damage done here, and now Kendo setting him up for that running European uppercut, and Alex is just being picked apart here by the light heavyweight champion. I don't think that there's as much of a skill gap as we're seeing in the ring right now. I don't know if Alex is just in his head for this match or what, but Kendo so far staying absolutely dominant. A grounded super kick there, but missing the leaping complete shot after, and a lunging punch to counter that. Kendo letting Alex know this is not the place you want to be, buddy. Flying knee drop from Kendo, and an elbow drop pin here. 1, 2, no, doesn't get it. Alex managing to stay alive in this matchup somehow. And now Kendo with another Shiranui. And now Kendo up top here. What's he got in mind? I think he's waiting. What's he got in? Oh, and a double knee press to the standing Alex, followed by an elbow drop pin. 1, 2, doesn't get it. How is Alex staying in this matchup? Kendo pulling out absolutely all the stops, but Alex just refusing to lose here. And I mean, that's a legitimate strategy. Maybe he's not aiming to win at this point, but he is absolutely refusing to give up and lose this matchup. And Kendo now with lightning speed gets the roll up, but I think he's pushed him into the ropes. He has. Game Goon forced to break that pinfall. Complete shot from Kendo, and now Kendo waiting for Alex to stand back up, leaping off the ropes with that flying forearm. You gotta believe that Alex is done here. I don't know how Alex intends to get back in this match. Thought we were gonna see the Ken done there, but Alex is back up too quickly for us to get that finish. And now Kendo with a European uppercut to the back of the head. Alex is just devastated here. I don't know how he's gonna get back in this. Oh, and an Indian deathlock here, just working over the legs of Kendo. Alex perhaps trying to slow things down and take those kicks and those leaping attacks away from Kendo, but Kendo having done the damage already, going for that nice drop toe hold sweep. And now the two men exchanging blows. Alex potentially coming back here. No, Britain's favorite son is done playing games. Huge spinning clothesline, but wait, Alex with a spinning back kick, and he did get the best of that exchange. We have to wonder what Alex is gonna do to try to regain control of this matchup though. That torture side headlock doing a lot of damage, but it's not going to get a submission, I don't think. And now Alex being whipped off the ropes while Kendo waits for that dashing punch to put him on the mat. Huge kick here. Kendo bouncing off the ropes, and there we go. Roll up. 1, 2, 3. Kendo gets him with lightning speed. Alex putting up a valiant fight, but just not enough to stop Kendo. Kendo defending the light heavyweight championship with pride. Absolutely phenomenal performance by Kendo there. 80% match, I will take it. That was a great match for us. 7 minutes long, beautiful matchup. And let's go ahead and move on to our next one. This match, a very interesting match, because this is the match where we have a representative of Progress Wrestling. This man right here, David Starr, representing Progress Wrestling, the product David Starr, is going to be facing off against GFW's very own monster, that is one Nero Sin. And if you think you're ready for Nero Sin, no matter who you are, you're not. I promise. Here comes Nero Sin, representing himself and nobody else. This man's just leveled Xavier Shamrock last week, although this week, seeing X lose, maybe Nero's not as impressive as we think. One thing is for sure, there is nobody in GFW, or even David Starr himself, that rivals the size of Nero Sin. And Nero just ginormous here in comparison to David Starr, opening with a huge spin-out bomb here. Nero absolutely dominating early on in this match. No fear from the bigger man. However, David Starr working competently himself here, managing to stay in this matchup, already better than X was. Nero countering that Irish whip into the corner though, and now just wrenching on that leg and stepping on the side of David Starr's face. Nero with that chop to the throat, and David Starr now working a arm wringer shoulder block, trying to work down the arms of Nero here, perhaps thinking if he damages the shoulder enough, Nero will not be able to lift him up or finish the match. And now Nero fighting out of David Starr's grapple there, and just stomping the back of David Starr. I'll be surprised if Nero doesn't just level David here. Big lariat lays David Starr out. We brought David Starr in from Progress Wrestling mainly because we were concerned that Nero would injure one of our own wrestlers here, being as strong and as powerful as he's shown himself to be. But David Starr fighting back here, wearing down those shoulders of Nero Sin. You gotta believe that perhaps if he can wear those arms down enough, he could win this match. Goes for a pinfall, doesn't even get a 1 count though, and now Nero just lifting David up like trash before dumping him on the mat. Nero is absolutely the one with the power advantage in this match, but David hitting a body slam of his own there just to prove a point. Dragging Nero over to the side of the ring, not quite making it to a corner, which I think is what he may have been going for, perhaps trying to use the turnbuckle to alleviate some of the size disadvantage, but both men exchanging blows here. The question is, who has the greater spirit here? And Nero winning that confrontation. Power beats spirit. Starr, I thought might have actually held out there, but it didn't quite go down that way. And now Nero with that chop to the throat, while David Starr working that short arm elbow. Oh, and a huge spear from Nero just rips Starr off his feet, and now Nero with the Anaconda Vice. Early finish looked for here, and Nero is just destroying him. Absolutely devastating is Nero Sin at this point. And a forearm directly to the face of Nero, working a slick fireman's carry there, trying to keep Nero on the ground, and once again going for that arm wringer shoulder block there. Very good strategy here from David Starr to work those arms down and try to reduce the damage that Nero Sin can cause you. And now David working off the ropes, doesn't quite get anything for it though because Nero catches himself. Big back body drop on the big man though, and you gotta wonder what Starr has planned next. He's actually doing a fairly good job of staying in this match. David Starr with that nice forearm. Nero much more dominant in the early minutes of this match. Perhaps David Starr catching up now, wearing Nero down ever so slightly. Whips Nero into the corner, and you gotta wonder what he's got planned here. Oh, and just a series of blows to Nero in the corner, using that corner to hold Nero up so he doesn't have to support his weight, and then a snap suplex throwing Nero's leg first into the turnbuckle, perhaps trying to wound those legs a little bit too. Nero fighting out with that back elbow, and Nero just catching his breath. David Starr having potentially... Oh, and a super kick from David Starr, potentially having succeeded in wearing Nero down, and a Death Valley driver by Nero Sin, and you have to believe that might be it. Yeah, Nero Sin with the cover here. 1, 2, 3. No! Nero Sin not getting the cover. Kick out by David Starr. David Starr surely impressing here. I thought this match was a foregone conclusion, but David Starr has absolutely proven himself against Nero Sin here, wearing the big man down over time and forcing Nero to catch his breath in between maneuvers, causing him to not be able to capitalize on those powerful moves he's using on David Starr. And now a nice double leg trip there, puts Nero on his stomach, and Starr lifts him back up, whips him off the ropes, and hits that lariat. 1, 2, doesn't get the 3 count, doesn't even get 2.5 there, but 2 count right there is more than we've seen on Nero Sin in a while. Super kick from David Starr, could be setting Nero up for something big here. Lariat, and now a drop toe hold puts Nero face first into that bottom turnbuckle, and if it was me, I would have covered after that personally. Nero throwing David Starr into the corner, looking for something big here, but David Starr managing to counter into that front face lock. Oh, and a delayed German suplex, but Nero's feet were put into the ropes. Rookie mistake by David Starr there. Nero missing that big splash, though. We don't see the big man go up top very often, and that is why David Starr managing to compromise on Nero's arrogance. And now that delayed German suplex. 1, 2, 3. David Starr puts Nero Sin away. David Starr stopping the monster of GFW. And ladies and gentlemen, you have to believe that we have got our eyes on the future potential of David Starr in GFW after that matchup. That man worked an absolutely phenomenal style of match right there. Apologies, guys. I think I just hurt myself a little bit, but that's okay. I cut my hand the other day, and I think it might be bleeding, but that's fine. Here we go. Braden Blackwell versus Bobby Freedom. This is your co-main event of the evening. This is the one that I have been waiting for personally. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of GFW, Braden Blackwell This man represents legend and has been absolutely successful in most of his endeavors in the company so far. Having not so much success last week against AK-47, his matches at Catalyst, though, were phenomenal. And here we go. The former and potentially future GFW FTW champion. He's even entering the ring with the belt as he feels it is his right. Bobby Freedom, the original FTW champion, representing Glory, getting into the ring right now. Very excited for this matchup. Bobby Freedom, a consummate grappler who has worked all over the country for smaller companies, and Braden Blackwell, a young, brash star who definitely is looking to make a name for himself in this company. Whipped off the ropes as Braden Blackwell manages to counter before Bobby can hit one of those beautiful suplexes, and now Braden just slapping Bobby Freedom, showing no respect to the former FTW champion. Drop toe hold there, puts Bobby Freedom on his face. Braden Blackwell getting taken down by that fireman's carry. Knuckle arrow from Braden Blackwell to try to open up Bobby Freedom, but no, and a knee lift from Braden counters whatever Bobby had in mind right there, and now Braden with that stylish elbow drop. Bobby okay with that though, hitting a fireman's carry to put Braden on his back. Nothing fancy about that. And a big elbow to the back of the head from Bobby Freedom to Braden Blackwell here. And a knee stomp to the arm. Bobby just working Braden over slowly. Nice hip toss there. Judo hip toss rather. And now working over the legs of Braden Blackwell here. Braden once again with the slap, perhaps just trying to infuriate Bobby Freedom here to take Bobby off of his game. Braden knowing that Bobby is a consummate professional, maybe trying to pull him out of his element. And a nice back neck breaker right there. Bobby with a huge shoot takedown, but Braden fights his way out of it before Bobby is able to actually capitalize on it. Braden whipped off of the ropes, but catches himself before Bobby can capitalize. And now here we go. Big vertical brain buster that ends with a drop on the stomach, also known as a gourd buster, by Braden Blackwell, followed by a running senton to the spine of Bobby Freedom. And now Bobby Freedom with a side headlock, perhaps trying to slow the action down just a little bit here. Braden Blackwell slapping Bobby again before throwing a stylish elbow drop and catching Bobby on the come in, and now knees to the ribs from Braden Blackwell. Braden just infuriating Bobby, maybe drawing that tackle that he countered. I think maybe Braden's strategy here is actually working. He is managing to infuriate Bobby Freedom here, and it's creating openings for him that could lead to him winning this match. Bobby with a clean backslide there, but the referee doesn't even get to make the count before Braden has managed to kick out of it. Now Braden lifting Bobby up, a brain buster here. We were expecting potentially another gourd buster. Running up the turnbuckle is Braden Blackwell with that big back elbow drop, and now the pinfall. 1, 2. Braden Blackwell almost capturing the FTW championship there. That was a beautiful series from Braden Blackwell. And Bobby Freedom had better get his head back in this game, because if he allows Braden to keep angering him like this, he may not walk out of here the FTW champion after all. Braden with that nice lariat laying Bobby Freedom out, and you gotta wonder here, another stepping enziguri, just a beautiful game plan from Braden Blackwell, kind of showing some veteran instinct here, understanding that Bobby has the more technical background and that his only real opportunity is to convince Bobby not to fight at full efficiency, and that's what he's done here. Snapmare to Bobby Freedom, putting him down again, and Braden doing a good job of just frustrating Bobby by keeping him on the ground. Bobby with that huge overhead belly-to-belly suplex, though, perhaps getting back in this match, but no, Braden slowing him down again, unwilling to allow Bobby to get back into this matchup. Both men exchanging strikes here. Bobby needs to break out in a big way. Braden pointing to the back of the hand. We know what's coming. Oh, and that huge spinning back fist. And now Braden with the sharpshooter here. Braden with the sharpshooter. One of Braden Blackwell's signature submissions. Bobby Freedom definitely in trouble. But Bobby managing to escape. Perhaps submission, not the win condition that you want to go with against Bobby Freedom here. And now Bobby got the front face lock, laying Braden Blackwell out and going here for a sickle hold. Beautiful sickle hold right here. Doesn't get anything near a submission though, and now look at Braden working over the knees with that double knee buster. Now that's what you need to be doing if you want to win with that sharpshooter, Braden. You need to work those knees. With that huge jumping back elbow followed by a step up enziguri is Braden Blackwell, and that could potentially be enough. I would have covered right there if I was him. Braden with that spinning neck breaker though, absolutely content to keep working over Bobby Freedom here. Braden perhaps trying to spend a little more time since that sharpshooter was unsuccessful. And what are we going to see here? Braden lifting him up. I thought we might have seen another sharpshooter from that drag out, but not quite. Huge power slam from Braden Blackwell working over. Oh, and here we go! Wave of the future from Braden Blackwell. And Bobby Freedom is right back up. Dragon screw to put Bobby down. Doesn't get to cover after that wave of the future, and I am honestly shocked. And now Braden Blackwell with this big vertical suplex here, potentially dropping Bobby to the outside, but not quite. Oh, and here we go, another wave of the future from Braden Blackwell. If Freedom stays down, that could be it, but he's covering on the ropes. A rookie mistake from Braden Blackwell right there. I can't believe it. And another wave of the future. Braden Blackwell is done with this matchup. 1, 2, no, doesn't get it. Oh my God. Braden Blackwell with a series of back chops here, and he's winded now, perhaps going for broke too early. Step up enziguri puts Bobby Freedom on his back. Could we see another wave of the future? Doesn't look like it. Instead, we get a gourd buster. I can't believe that Bobby Freedom kicked out after 3 waves of the future. Braden Blackwell perhaps running out of ideas here. I'm not even sure he's going to be able to win this matchup. Big kitchen sink from Braden Blackwell though, and a step-up enziguri to the back of Bobby Freedom's head. Bobby just unyielding before locking in this side headlock. And Braden now with that series of back chops he's been using to work over the neck of Braden Blackwell. And here we have a sharpshooter, potentially going to the sharpshooter because the wave of the future is not succeeding. Missing with that enziguri, and I gotta believe that if I was Braden Blackwell, I'd be wondering, how do I finish this match? Bobby Freedom has absolutely stayed in this thing, and now Freedom rolling Braden around in the ring, perhaps looking for the right opportunity. Braden escaping that big brainbuster, and now taunting Bobby Freedom while he takes a second to breathe and recover. I wouldn't be taunting right here if I was Braden. Step up enziguri does its damage, and now going for that sharpshooter, but Bobby is close to the ropes here. Very close to the ropes. Could drag himself over if he needs to. Manages to break out of it. Doesn't even need to drag himself, and a big overhead belly to belly from Bobby Freedom here. Bobby is back in this match, no longer taking the stuff from Braden. I gotta believe that Braden's spirit has to be broken here. Snapmare putting Bobby Freedom on the ground, and just nothing going on. Nothing going on for Braden here. I don't know how Bobby has stayed in this matchup at this point. Big shotgun dropkick in the corner, and Bobby is fighting with every ounce of spirit he has, chucking Braden to the outside and following. I don't know if I would have gone to the outside with Braden Blackwell here if I was Bobby Freedom. Braden has been in control this entire match. Enziguri on the outside. You have to believe that Braden is going to be looking to take advantage of the outside here. However, the count is up to 5, and you gotta wonder if one of these men is going to be counted out. A terrible decision on either one's part, as that will mean no champion is crowned. Bobby Freedom with that beautiful half Nelson suplex though, and that could have knocked Braden Blackwell completely out. Uproot German from Bobby Freedom there, and now Braden with a side suplex of his own, dragging Bobby out. Potential pinfall? Not gonna be a pinfall after all. Braden gonna front face lock and then elbow Bobby Freedom, and you gotta wonder if he's trying to set up for another wave of the future here. But no, Bobby Freedom with that star-spangled elbow doesn't manage to cover though. Braden whipping Freedom into the corner. What could he be going for here? Doesn't matter. Freedom counters into a front face lock, dragging Braden out of the corner. And I am just running out of oxygen to call this match. It's been so fast-paced. Senton to the spine of Bobby Freedom, and Bobby Freedom with a pump handle suplex there. Jackknife cover, 1, 2, doesn't get it though. This is just amazing. The crowd clapping in glee for how great this matchup has been so far. And now both men exchanging strikes. You have to wonder if Braden Blackwell has anything left. Pointing to the hand again. Spinning back fist levels Bobby Freedom. And you gotta wonder what's next in Braden's plan. Big senton splash there. Instead of a cover, I would have potentially covered there. And a snap suplex from Bobby Freedom to set Braden up. But Braden managing to pick the ankle as Bobby goes to lift him up. Braden whipping Bobby off the ropes, and a huge stepping show tie there. And now Braden is being dragged over and set up by Bobby Freedom. You have to wonder if Bobby is setting up potentially for an American Dream here. Braden and a gourd buster for his trouble, and now he's gonna drag Bobby out and potentially sharpshooter? No, not seeing a sharpshooter, seeing a whip into the corner, and what is Braden having? Missing that big flying back elbow. Bobby letting the crowd know, I hear what you're saying. Roll up here from Bobby. 2, doesn't get the pin there, thought he might have had him. And the crowd clapping again for this beautiful matchup. The red, white, and blue plex here from Bobby Freedom. You gotta believe this is gonna wear Braden Blackwell out. And now I have to think Bobby is setting up for the American Dream. 1, 2, 3. No, just barely kicks out. Does Braden Blackwell still in this match? Braden apparently tired out at this point, unable to mount much of an offensive. But what is this? A side suplex from Braden sets Bobby up pretty firmly. And Bobby now, airplane spinning Braden Blackwell, perhaps trying to take advantage of the lack of energy that Braden Blackwell seems to have left in the first place, dumps him down, and you have to believe that that's got to have worn Braden Blackwell down here. Big overhead suplex from Bobby Freedom, now just taking his time to work over Braden, the future Blackwell. And a leg trip there from Bobby Freedom before scooping Braden back up for some reason. And now Braden with that series of chops, potentially calling for it. What are we gonna see here? Another series of chops to the neck. Braden just trying to work over the head and neck of Bobby Freedom, perhaps before going for another one of those Wave of the Futures. And now Braden taking this opportunity just to catch his breath. My oh my, I'm gonna do the same. Calling this match has been absolutely difficult. There is just so much action. A huge overhead release suplex from Bobby Freedom, and now I gotta believe that the American Dream is coming. A trip down there, Bobby Freedom with a uproot German suplex pin, but the feet land on the ropes and Braden is out again. Braden with a huge power slam there. Wonder if he's setting up for something big here. Could we see a Wave of the Future? No, we get a step-up enziguri instead. Potentially sharpshooter there, not gonna see it. And now Bobby Freedom with that pump handle suplex. That is not a pump handle suplex. Sorry, guys. Gut wrench suplex. And now Bobby Freedom, beautiful STO there, running STO, but Braden Blackwell's back up and a slap of disrespect from Braden Blackwell, who once again is busy taunting instead of fighting. Big back kick there. Big back flipping kick there. And now Braden Blackwell with that drop kick to the back of Bobby Freedom. And both men seem exhausted. Bobby Freedom with that roll through guillotine choke. And I'll be surprised if Braden manages to survive this. But he's struggling and Bobby can't seem to lock the choke in and get the finish. Now Braden Blackwell here. Front face lock and an elbow. What's he gonna do? Running senton. That's exactly what we expected. Running senton from Braden, and now missing with the stepping show tie, which is countered by Bobby Freedom. This has been an absolute drag out, beat down brawl, and Bobby with the backslide. 1, 2, 3. Bobby sneaking out the victory. Bobby, once again, your GFW FTW champion due to a well-timed backslide. And if you're Braden Blackwell right now, you have to feel like the universe has just cheated you. That was insane. A 93% match, and Bobby steals the win with the backslide. New champion is crowned. Congratulations to Bobby Freedom, the Free the World champion. And now here we go, GFW heavyweight title match. This is what we've all been waiting for. AK-47 versus El Fuego Negra. Here we go. Let's start that matchup. I'm gonna take a drink and try to catch my breath. Holy, I'm like actually dizzy from speaking so much to call that match. Whoa, like I'm lightheaded. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Legend is AK-47, technically the challenger for this title since El Fuego Negra actually was our inaugural GFW heavyweight champion. And there it is, AK calling for the headshot. And here we go, El Fuego Negra, the original GFW heavyweight champion representing blood and gore, the world-weathered luchador El Fuego Negra. The black flame will burn tonight. And hopefully El Fuego has saved up enough energy with that countout from last week that he will be in better repair than AK-47 after his drawn-out match with Braden Blackwell last week. AK, though, landing that knee to start things off, and Fuego going for a crazy leaping back kick for some reason, landing with that jawbreaker though, and that toe kick, and now a body slam sends AK to the outside, and Fuego letting everybody know he is tranquilo. Fuego going ahead and winning that test of strength. To my surprise, I honestly thought AK would have the advantage there. Hits a nice arm drag to put AK on the mat, and now AK preparing to take that face lock. Fuego firmly in control here. I actually figured AK would come out a little bit more aggressively here, but he's kind of biding his time, perhaps feeling out the former champion. Lands a series of knees there, though, that helps out quite a bit. And now, AK getting the best of this test of strength. No, they even out and break the grapple. And now El Fuego setting up for a corner move potentially, but AK is back up too quickly for him to capitalize. AK with a body slam there. And now missing with that low kick, but landing the jab. AK, a former kickboxer, landing a lot of his strikes here, and that's actually what matters the most for him. Big knee lift to the ribs, Fuego taking the damage, and then a kick to the lower leg while Fuego's on the ground. Catching that kick from Fuego and tripping him down, does not climb on top of him on the ground to capitalize, but he is capitalizing here. Just blow after blow to the back of El Fuego's head, followed by a series of knees to the face. And El Fuego's face is being battered here, but El Fuego throwing some elbows of his own while AK works over the ribs this time. And Fuego gets the best of that exchange, and now a neck triangle choke here from El Fuego Negra, but does not get the submission. Definitely probably wearing down AK though and drawing out some of that oxygen. AK with the elbow from the front face lock, trying to cover here perhaps way too early. And now El Fuego whipping AK into the ropes, but AK catches himself and stays strong in this matchup. Knuckle arrow from AK does not manage to do very much damage, and Fuego tossing AK with that body slam before double stomping his ribs. AK with that gut wrench suplex, putting Fuego down on the mat, but not able to really capitalize here necessarily. That Irish whip ends in a collision, neither man prepared to capitalize, it appears. Spinning back kick from AK, and a pinfall now. One hardly gets the one count on Fuego. Fuego not willing to accept AK's pinning predicament there. And a big elbow from Fuego, and we know how this ends, and there we go. That's what I was expecting. Fuego really wrenching back on that Romero lock there. Lots of damage done to the neck and the back of AK-47 from that hold for sure. And now AK picking up Fuego. What's he got in mind here? Knee lift to El Fuego Negra. And Fuego with that toe kick, followed by an eye poke, followed by a snapmare. A nice series put together by Fuego there. An eye poke again, but this time when he goes for the kick, AK catches it, trips him down, and goes for the cover. Does not get more than a one count though. Frequent covers from AK here, a very smart decision. Fuego, of course, working a much slower, more methodical style than we'd suspect, but I think his goal here is probably to keep AK off of his feet and off of his strike game. That neck triangle there working excellently at doing so. Big backflipping kick from El Fuego Negra, and then a toe kick to put AK on the ground. And now, oh, a beautiful double knee face buster from Fuego. You gotta believe he's setting AK up for something with that. Eye rake, jawbreaker, low drop kick. Fuego just going off with series after series of maneuvers here. And the only thing I wonder is how long can he keep that up? He did save himself some stamina last week by getting that quick count out. But you have to wonder if going through these big series of moves is going to slow him down over time or not. And now Fuego going for a powerbomb lift there. Misses it though when AK tosses him over his head, and then a swift kick from AK to the lower leg. AK landing a rough series of strikes there. Lots of damage being done to El Fuego Negra. And then a body slam here, followed by a stiff leg and ankle bar. And El Fuego's leg is being damaged pretty profusely there. That could impact El Fuego's ability to hit some of these more high-flying moves we have seen him use. Leg cover roll-up, only gets 2. Only gets 2. And then here we go, Fuego right back in control with this camel clutch, just stretching back on the lower back and the neck of AK-47. AK missing with that big back spinning kick, a jawbreaker from Fuego, and AK counters with an arm drag, that dragon suplex. Beautiful counter. And now here goes AK with a simple bow crab, just stretching the former GFW heavyweight champion for all he's worth. But this, says El Fuego, is how you stretch someone. Once again, that torture Romero stretch we see him use so often to just work over his opponent's entire body. Just a beautiful, beautiful stretch there. And now, back in control is AK-47. An elbow to the back of Fuego with that positioning, trying to cover him here. Seems like a bad time to cover, in my opinion, just being honest. I'll be surprised if Fuego doesn't manage to mount an offense here because AK made a bad decision there. And here we go, Fuego with a corner offense. What is this? Oh, a double knee stomp, face first into the mat goes AK-47, and Fuego firmly back in control, I think sliding under AK there, and now both men exchanging blows. That was a beautiful counter, but no! Oh, headshot on the ground from AK-47. Could that be all she wrote? AK gonna pull Fuego back up here, not willing to accept the finish right there. And now knees to the face of El Fuego Negra. And AK is bouncing off the ropes here. Big leaping forearm. Just setting Fuego up here. You have to wonder what he's got in mind. I gotta believe there's a headshot in Fuego's future at this point. Oh, and another grounded super kick from AK-47. Bouncing off the ropes is AK. Big flying knee puts Fuego on the mat. And now Fuego taking a back fist off of his own bounce off the ropes. Fuego perhaps looking for something a little quicker there and instead being countered. AK, 1, 2, 3. No, AK trying to steal one with that schoolboy roll-up. So very close to being your GFW heavyweight champion was AK-47. A low kick to the knee there will put Fuego on the ground, and you have to believe that this is not a good day for El Fuego Negra. And now El Fuego taking a kick to the ribs from AK-47, a big punch to the back of the head, and AK strongly in control of this match at this point. Irish whipping El Fuego Negra and a giant dashing punch there. That was just beautiful. Big spinning back kick from AK. He's got to set up for a headshot here. I believe that if AK hits a headshot here, he's got it. El Fuego with a series of flipping sentons, though, just trying to do as much damage as he can while AK is down here. And missing with that big flipping kick is El Fuego Negra. But, oh, wait a minute. Big counter roll through backslide pin. 1, 2. Doesn't get it there. Thought he might have caught him. Back spinning kick to the ribs from AK-47, and another one just working over El Fuego Negra. And you have to believe another back spinning kick to the head. Roll up from El Fuego Negra, though. Doesn't get the count because they landed on the ropes. El Fuego bouncing, and then, wait a minute, 1, 2, doesn't get it though. El Fuego going for pin after pin here, and AK just wrecking Fuego, just working him over with those strikes. But Fuego is back up, trying to get back in control. Double knee facebuster will definitely help him turn the momentum, or will it? Both men back to their feet very quickly here. Low drop kick from El Fuego, and now potentially going up top, flipping guillotine leg drop. We've seen that before, and El Fuego Negra letting you know that that is nothing compared to what he has to offer you fans of GFW. 1, 2, not this way. Oh, and I thought he was gonna get it with that low blow pin, that Akakiri pin. Doesn't get it, and El Fuego tossing AK out of the ring and shrugging. Don't know what you people expected. Big, big flying move from El Fuego, once again shrugging at the crowd. Oh my, burning hammer right there from El Fuego. and you gotta believe that the damage has been done. El Fuego should probably get back in the ring here, though. This is not a match you want to end in countout, El Fuego. Get in, oh my. Very, very, very scary situation there. Gut wrench suplex from AK-47 to El Fuego Negra, and now El Fuego with a drop toe hold to escape that pickup. And what is this? Oh, dragon suplex, no, spinning down into that backslide. 1, 2, 3. El Fuego Negra stealing a backslide pin. How crazy that both of our main event matches end in a backslide pin, and El Fuego not done. Working over AK-47 with a burning hammer after the match. This is just absolutely unnecessary. 87% matchup, a new champion is crowned. El Fuego Negra did excellent there, and let's go see what kind of money we made. Holy moly, I am winded after calling those last two matches. El Fuego has won the GFW heavyweight title, Bobby has won the GFW FTW title. We had a great success there, 84%, 3,184 attendance. We were over capacity. Which means we lost a little bit of money, but it also means we hopefully built popularity, even though it builds incredibly slowly. Okay, Sakazaki of All Elite Wrestling won the junior heavyweight title. Braun won the Raw heavyweight title. Oh, they finally let him beat Brock, guys. Who'd have thought? ACH and Tegan won the NXT junior heavyweight titles. Pirata of AAA won the... Yeah, we all those title changes are cool. $32,000. We actually did make a profit there by inviting somebody out. It's not a huge profit, but it is a profit. This month you have a SmackDown has a tag team tournament. Impact has a singles tournament. The Crash has a singles tournament. All right, cool. So that was actually a pretty good event for us. We did make a good deal of money there. Some great turnouts in our matches. I thought those matches were phenomenal. I hope that you guys enjoyed the show. I know I absolutely did. Let me know what you guys think about Actually, hold on. I don't think So I had an issue where I had to restart the recording. I'm almost certain. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. Guys, I've had a rough morning. I recorded another episode of something and my hard drive filled. What I was gonna say was, given that we now understand that the D popularity rating means it's incredibly hard to raise people's popularity, let me know what you guys want to do. We could always restart with everybody getting the popularity they should have had based on their stats instead of getting stuck as Ds. We could also just increase a few people to Cs to make them mid-carders as they've won and earned that spot. Or we could leave them at Ds and just fight with the game and try to win our way back in, which would keep us most in line with the PlayStation experience, so that if you're, doing the same kind of thing at home on PlayStation, you can sort of see how we handle the issues you're going to have. Up to you guys. Let me know what you want to do. I hope you enjoyed the show. I enjoyed recording it for you. I thought that was a great show. If you enjoyed it, click that like button down below. If you want to see the next episode, be here next Monday, and click that subscribe button and ding the notification bell, because every time you ding that bell, somebody with D popularity gains 1 point of popularity. Thanks for that, Spike Chunsoft, very much. I will see you guys next time. Bye!